Here's problem number 4, and on the Chapter 8 test, I will include some problems from Chapter 7, and this problem comes from Chapter 7. So you need to be prepared to do any of the previous problems. So this is finding the equation of a line that passes through these given points. Well, first of all, you could do the entire thing by graphing. Let's do that just quickly to give a quick physical sense of how it works. Let's say you had a graph quickly, plot the points, -4 goes left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 8, let's say it's up here, and then 5, -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 1, down here. So here are your 2 points just quickly, but you have to do this on an actual nicely set up graph. And then you could find the line's equation by simply finding a big slope triangle. Here's a slope triangle right here. And you would find for slope, the slope is the rise over the run. So find out how far this side is from here to here. Let's say that side is 8. Over the run is right here to here. Let's say that's 10. Then the slope would be 8 over 10. But since it's going downhill, it would be -8 over 10. That would reduce to -4/5. And at that point, you'd have y equals -4/5 x. And then plus the b value, the y-intercept, you could just estimate. Let's say, I don't know, it's 3. This is totally not right, but I'm just giving you a quick idea that you could do the problem this way. But you're going to need an accurate graph and be very careful to do it that way. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and do the problem with just pure algebra, because no matter what the numbers are, this algebraic solution will work regardless of how messy these numbers end up being. So let's do it that way. All right, first, to find the equation of any line, it's at least one of the possible forms of a line is y equals mx plus b. This is the slope-intercept form of a line. There's other forms, but this is the one that we're using. So really, there's just 2 things we have to know. We have to know what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. If we can find each of those pieces, we're done. We got the equation. So to find the slope, we're going to go ahead and use the classic slope formula. That slope is the change in y, which is the rise going up, over the change in x, which is the run. And to find the change from one y to the other, subtract them. Take the second y coordinate, that's a 2, and subtract the first y coordinate. Then to find the change in x, take the second x coordinate and subtract the first x coordinate. It'll be good. So here we go. The second y coordinate is -1, so we have -1. I'll use parentheses to keep things nice and neat. Then we got to subtract the first y coordinate, which is 8. So we have -1 minus 8, those are the y coordinates, over, subtract the x coordinates. Remember, if you do y2 minus y1, you have to do x2 first, then minus x1. So we have 5 is the second x coordinate, minus whatever the first x coordinate is, and the first x coordinate is -4. So it's minus -4. And now you can see why I put parentheses. It matters because you're subtracting a negative, which will end up being positive. So let's simplify what we have. -1 minus 8 is -9. 5 minus -4 is, this would be double negatives positive, so it's 5 plus 4 is 9. And that reduces to -1. So that's our slope. I'm going to box it, but that's not our final answer. That's just what the slope equals. Then we got to find the y-intercept. So if you think you know how to do that, do it on your own. Press pause and do it. I'm going to continue. So far we got this. We know that it's y equals a slope of -1 times x, but then plus, we're not sure about the y-intercept yet. But fortunately, we have 2 points given to us, so we can use those points to find the y-intercept. I'm going to go ahead and use the first point. -4 is an x-coordinate, so we can put -4 in place of x right here. So let's do that. Put -4 in place of x, and 8's a y-coordinate, so we can put 8 in place of y, and everything else, just keep it the same. It still equals a slope of -1, then times the x value of -4, and then finally plus the y-intercept, which we're not sure of. but everything else is a number, so let's calculate what the y-intercept is. We have 8 on this side. -1 times -4 is +4. And if you subtract 4 to both sides of the equation, 8 minus 4 is 4. These guys cancel out, so this turns into the y-intercept equals 4. And so we can write our final equation. So here's our final equation now that we know both the y-intercept and the slope. Final equation is, I'll write down here, y equals -x, because the slope was -1. You don't need to put the actual 1, plus a starting value or y-intercept of 4. So this is our final equation. If you missed this problem and need more to practice, go to YouTube and search for similar problems. Search for things like how to find the equation of a line through points, and that should give you a bunch of videos that are very similar to this.